Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Stuff I Learned
in the House of Bamboo.
I've been reading Entangled Life by Merlin Sheldrake, and it's blowing my damn mind. In this video, we're going to dive into the underworld and lose ourselves in the magical realm of the fungi. Fungi occupy a throne as one of life's 6 kingdoms. The 2 that get the most glory in terms of what interests us humans are animals, our home team, and plants, leaving the fungi outside, peering through the window on a cold and stormy night. But what if I told you we had it twisted, and that plants only came flopping out of the ocean around 500 million years ago due to the good graces of fungi? And fungi didn't just pull plants from the ocean and say, right, best of luck, on your way. No, in fact they acted as a crucial service, serving as the plant's roots before roots had even evolved. Without fungi, plants would have never made it onto land, and when they evolved lignin-rich wood, which makes them hard, there would have been nothing to break them down, so our forests would never have grown. They are the architects of life on land. It's a fungal world, baby. We're all just living in it. So, did plants outgrow fungi and head off into independence, sending home the occasional Christmas card? No. Look out your window. 90% of the plants you see rely on a mycorrhizal fungi. I probably butchered that name, but essentially it's a fungi which fuses with the plant's roots, connecting it to the wood wide web. Remember in Avatar when the blue people and the trees were engaging in sort of tree hair sex? That's what fungi and plants are doing. And information is being passed. Fungi is just as diverse, if not more so, than the animal kingdom. So in the animal kingdom we can go from tiny little ants to giant blue whales, which is pretty diverse. But fungi can range from a single cell of yeast that helps us ferment beer. Thank you, little yeast. I could kiss you. To the sprawling honey fungi in Oregon that weighs hundreds of tons, is probably the biggest organism in the world, and may be well over 2,000 years old. That's pretty diverse. Fungi are the great pioneers of life. If a volcanic island rises up through the sea, you better believe it's fungi who are the first there to claim the new land for life on Earth. Get your magnifying glass out. Look in your friend's belly button. The hydrothermal vents of the deep sea. A sea cucumber's butthole. You'll find fungi in all of them, my friend. Go and pick the leaf of any plant you see, and interlacing the tightly knit cells will be fungi, sometimes helping the plant fight off disease. So what makes fungi so formidable, perpetual? It's always there. Its ability to metabolize the world. It's a genius chemist, taking chemicals and compounds and transforming them for its own devices. For me, give me a strawberry, a donut, a hamburger, and I'll metabolize the crap out of it. For fungi, wood, rocks, metal, crude oil, radioactive material, even plastic. To some fungi, I just read out a Happy Meal menu at McDonald's. Bon appetit. As I'm using the word fungi, many of you are probably picturing this, the fruiting body of a fungi, a mushroom. This, in fact, is how some fungi produce spores. It's a fungi making itself known to the world, saying, "Hello world, I'm producing spores." Some mushrooms are colourful, some delicious, some poisonous. It all depends on how the mushroom wants the natural world to interact with it. But most fungi don't use mushrooms to release spores. They have other creative ways. The shotgun fungus, for example, can fire out its spores twice the acceleration of an actual shotgun. Puffball fungi as well can be quite dramatic dispersers, with a little stomp. Every year, the equivalent of 500,000 blue whales worth of spores are released into the atmosphere, and there are only 25,000 blue whales in the world. I'm not sure why that's relevant. It's just a lot of spores. Some fungi, like the single-celled yeast, multiply like this. Bloop. But most fungi form networks of cells known as hyphae. These strands interlock and fuse and twist into the tangle that we know as mycelium, an exploring mass of inquisitory strands fusing, feeding, and having sex. Through these bionetworks flow nutrients and water and molecules, some that we know and some that we don't. A labyrinth of mystery beneath our feet. Hyphae are the building blocks of fungal existence. They can be stretched out like exploratory fingers searching for captivating chemicals in the soil. Or they can be compacted tight together into structures capable of bursting through tarmac, like this little fella. the shaggy inkcap mushroom. In Entangled Life, each of the illustrations is drawn from ink derived from this little mushroom. If you leave them in a jar, they turn into ink if you boil them a bit. And then Merlin planted oyster mushrooms in his book, so the oyster mushrooms ate the mushrooms in his book that were drawings of mushrooms. And then Merlin ate those oyster mushrooms that had eaten his book that had the shaggy inkcap drawings in. So many layers of mushrooms here, guys. The ability of fungi to take something like a rock and drag it into the food chain, make it a valuable ally to many forms of life on Earth. As we know, plants have relied on fungi for as long as there have been plants. Leafcutter ants provide their fungal partners with a constant stream of leaves for the fungi to break down. The ants in return eat the fungi. If an ant brings the A wasp! There's a wasp in the house! I'm trying to do a video about fungi, wasp! Be gone! Do I have to? I'll slap you. I'm gonna slap you out. Oh, he stopped. Okay, don't buzz around there during the video, bud. If the ant brings the fungus a leaf which the fungus doesn't like, the fungus will release a chemical saying, I don't like that, don't bring any more of that. And the ant will actually listen. It communicates. Humans should be wary of these relationships between fungi and other organisms that we don't quite understand. Oh god! I'll smack you out of this shed. What is that? It's a damn jet taking off behind me. I need to soundproof this shed. Where's the wasp gone? Years of blasting crops with antifungal chemicals has led to the rise of fungal superbugs like Candida auris, which preys on bananas, and may actually lead to the extinction of the banana that we know and love, the Cavendish. Our ancient ancestors knew of the importance of fungus. Ah! He's here! I'm trying to talk about fungus! Right, evicted. He's gone! Oh, I scared him off. I'm glad I acted so brave on camera as well. Glad I captured that. Right. Our ancient ancestors knew of the importance of fungus. The Iceman, who lived 5,000 years ago and was recently pulled out of a glacier, had a little pouch containing a type of birch fungus, which was medicinal, and also tinder fungus, which was used for lighting fires. Indeed, where would humanity be without the discovery of penicillin by Alexander Fleming, a product of fungi? This was the first antibiotic and undoubtedly saved millions of lives. And we're still discovering miracle cures within fungus. Taxol, for example, a billion-dollar cancer drug, was first extracted from a type of fungus that grew on a yew tree. And we've only identified around 120,000 species of fungus out of a predicted 4 million. A fungus that reverses cell aging and gives us everlasting life could well be beneath our feet. We don't know. We haven't tested it yet. Fungus can break down devastating pollutants like crude oil and plastic, filter dangerous metals and toxins from our water supply, be used for sustainable building materials and textiles, replacing leather and plastic. Fungi could be humanity's way of reconnecting with the earth while simultaneously driving us forward into the modern era. A truly remarkable kingdom of organisms. Everyone buy Merlin Sheldrake's book, Entangled Life. This isn't sponsored because I get about 10 views per video, but it will open your eyes to the weird and wonderful world beneath your feet. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Join me next time in my shed, and I'll keep revealing the wonders of the world.